Hello everybody, welcome to Bad Bit Games, where we talk about all things PlayStation and games. I'm your host Joseph. Today we're going to talk about Xbox Live coming to the Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS, what all this crossplay means for the next generation, and Sony. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, Future Joe, start the show. So before we begin, don't let that intro fool you. Just because we focus on PlayStation here does not mean that I root against Microsoft, that I hate Microsoft in any type of form or fashion. Quite the opposite. I have loved what they have been doing over the past year with the focus of the adaptive controller where everybody can play. That's a beautiful message, that's a beautiful product, and that commercial made me cry very big man tears. And the other awesome thing that they're pushing is crossplay. Because of Microsoft and because of the pressure they have put on their competition, now this narrative of crossplay is finally happening, and it's even being broader now to their online services. This comes from IGN, so please give a click, and this is what they have to say. The announcement was teased from the conference schedule details for GDC 2019, which has such been taken down and will take place next month. Xbox Live achievements, friends, game history, and multiplayer abilities across other platforms will be available after the release. Xbox Live is about to get much bigger. Xbox Live is expanding from 400 million gaming devices and a reach to over 68 million active users to over 2 billion devices with the release of our new cross-platform XDK. Get a first look at the SDK to enable game developers to connect to players between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store on Windows PC. Currently, players can sign in their Xbox Live accounts on the Nintendo Switch for certain games that have been released on cross-platforms such as Minecraft. So let's take all the PR bullcrap, let's throw it to the side, let's get to the brass tacks. So first things first, it looks like in the near future, if you're on your iPhone, if you're on your Android device, if you're on your Nintendo Switch, you can see what your friends are doing in real time. I think you could already do that on mobile, so it looks like you'll be doing that on your Nintendo Switch. And hopefully that means this leads to cross-party play where you can have voice chat on your Nintendo Switch with your Xbox Live buddies. Please, Nintendo, let this be a thing. Secondly, it's going to be so that if you unlock one trophy in one place, you unlock them on all the places. I love that idea. To me, that's the most important part of crossplay, is cross progression, cross achievement. That is important because I hate when I'm playing a game, let's just say I'm playing Battlefield 5, I don't know why I would, but I'm playing it on Xbox and I have all the achievements unlocked there, and I go back to my PlayStation and all the stats are gone. I have earned nothing in that game on the PlayStation version. Feel like I have to do the same thing twice. It's annoying. So I love that cross achievement idea. That's really awesome. Biggest thing about this news is the SDK stuff that they were talking about, that they only gave like a sentence and a half to, is that they're giving tools to developers to make crossplay easier for their games. That's awesome. We've seen Epic do the same exact thing, and they plan to expand that as well. That's awesome. That's excellent news. That is the future of gaming. That means that in the near future, if there's an Xbox game that can be played on the Nintendo Switch and it's a multiplayer game, there's almost no reason why those games cannot be cross-play integrated. That is awesome. That is great news for indie games, right? That have the smaller audiences, that now they're going to have a bigger pool of fans being able to play with each other, which makes their game live longer, which is always great news. This is all great news for Microsoft, and Sony is out in the cold on this. And it seems like that's my biggest problem at this point when it comes to Sony and crossplay, is that they're not leading the conversation. They're letting Xbox do all the talking. This is great news for Xbox. This is awesome. This is even getting me to turn around and look about what they're doing, and I'm not even a fan of their first-party games. I'm going, you know what? I'm rooting for you, Microsoft. I want you to succeed on this. I want you to push Sony harder and harder to that crossplay future, because though, yes, Sony has seen the tea leaves, they've read the tea leaves, saying that crossplay is the future. They've let games like Rocket League, let games like Fortnite being able to be crossplay. It's still not fast enough, and we're seeing Xbox take this progressive leap towards, hey, this is what the future of games is. It's not about boxes anymore. We don't care about boxes. We care, don't get us wrong, but we should have the ability to play everywhere. on every device, right? They said 2 billion devices. That's what we want Xbox Live to be on. That's a crazy thought, because the future of this next generation is not about boxes. It is about platforms. It's not about what rectangle is under your screen. It's about the rectangle that lives on your screen. That is crazy. And it seems like Xbox is getting it to a T and PlayStation just isn't. And that's the thing that worries me about the next PlayStation as we're leading into the next generation of games, is that I hope Sony gets it. Now, I want to just leave off on one note, which has led the internet to just theorize, because that's the internet. That's what the internet loves to do. You're going to see all the clickbaity titles of, does this mean Game Pass comes to the Switch? I can't say never anymore, because Xbox Live is coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is crazy. But no, because why would you let another company offer another ecosystem in which to purchase games from your piece of hardware? Right? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So no, I don't see Game Pass coming on the Nintendo Switch, though I would love it. Me personally, being able to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on my Switch, that would be dope as all hell. You can do it in Japan at this very point in time, but if that's going to happen, Nintendo's going to be the one to do it, because they want to make money on that subscription service. It seems like what this SDK business is all about is about making it able to cross-play easier, which Nintendo doesn't have to spend a dime on, from what it seems, and it doesn't affect them whatsoever. So they're just like, yeah, go for it. But to just say, hey, that means the Xbox app in the future, you're going to be able to play Halo on your Nintendo Switch, I do not think that's the possibility, at least for Nintendo. But I don't know. The future's crazy. I didn't see this coming. So again, I would like to say and lean on no, that that's not a possibility, but I can be wrong. And with that, I really hope that Sony starts getting it sooner rather than later. I hope that they understand that crossplay has become expected now in games, that the more games have them, the more you're left out in the cold, which makes you seem like you have a stick up your ass, which makes you seem like elitist, which makes you seem like PlayStation 3 Sony that doesn't get it, which makes me very worried about the PlayStation 5. But hey, I don't want to be, a pessimist. I have faith. I'm really excited for the future of video games. It looks brighter and brighter, and I'm just so pumped. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, good on you, Phil Spencer. Good on you, Xbox. Good on you, Nintendo. PlayStation. I'm seeing it, so I can't say, but do it better. Do it faster, please. Also, with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, I watched that adaptive controller commercial, and it made me cry. Made me cry man tears. You should watch it. Link down below in the description. That's what being a gamer is all about. It's not about platforms. It's not about boxes. It's not about rectangles or controllers or stupid shit like that. It's about the ability to play games, and that's a beautiful thing. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, I want to know what you thought on this news today. And if you like news like this, if you like impressions, reactions, if you like a podcast made by the players for the players, a trophy room each and every Thursday, then please hit like, share, subscribe. It helps me out, grows this big, beautiful family that I call home. Holy crap, that was a lot of words at once. With all that said, with all that out of the way, keep your wits about you and have a nice one.